2 of Superior from Noircomics. Alright guys, so this is the deal. So okay, this was the original page 1. And I mean, it looks too plain for me. I feel like I could do a better job of sequential art, you know. All right, so this is what I ended up with page 1 after I redid it. As you can see, I think I did a really better job. And see what this is only thing I wish I could have done was put the story back on the page like I did on the original one. But that's okay. What I'm trying to get across is this is more like a flashback type story going on here. So what it is this is the library, and they're reading the story of how the awakening began, the beginning of the awakening, and about the past. So it starts off with them going through the book, reading about the past clan wars. So that's what I came up with page 1, which I'm a lot happier with that than the original page. Now page 2, all right, let's see what page 2, like I said, let's go over this again. This is page 2, and this is what I came up with. All right, this is what I came up with, how I want to redo page 2. First of all, I want to break it up into 2 panels, because back-to-back splash panels is kind of, overkill. So I want to break it up into 2 panels. Like I said, I'm okay with this kind of like fight going on right here in the foreground, so I'm gonna carry that on. But see, I'm breaking it up into 2 panels. I'm gonna do a composition shot, basically like setting up like where this battle is taking place. So we're gonna do a far off shot of the mountains and the little valley and stuff, give you an idea where this fight is going on at. So that's what we're gonna do in the first panel, and then we're gonna zoom in on the second panel with the actual fight going on. So I was originally thinking more like a close-up battle. First, I was going to do the whole splash page again with a close-up battle like this, with more people in the, in the foreground fighting. And then my second thought was I can break this up into 2 panels and put this fight up here, and then do a little more zoomed in scene on this fight. But then after thinking about it, I decided to go with this. I'm going to do like a mountain scene for the first panel to set up the scene, like where they actually are at, give you an idea of where this battle taking place at. And then we're going to do the zoom in. So everything I had on that other page, we're going to put it all on that one panel right there. We're going to zoom in, but like zoom back a little bit. We're going to flatten it, because it was more up like that. Now we're going to flatten it down, bring the perspective down more on this fight scene here. So there we go. That's what I came up with. So let's get at it, guys. See this? I like this mountain scene here, even though you got them in the foreground. I like the mountain scene. Yeah, I'm gonna try to incorporate that mountain scene in this scene up here. So yeah. And this is gonna be a rough sketch, guys, because that's the way I do it. That's the way I like to do. On the paper, I just rough it, and then once I do the inking, that's when we get serious with the details. And it's gonna be smoky clouds here. And we'll take care of that with the coloring process with the cloud, like the smoke. One thing I'm pretty good at is drawing like mountains and rocky terrain. And that came from me being a big fan of Bob Ross, painting landscape pictures back in the day when I started off. I always drew comic books and stuff, but I got into in my teen years, I got into like painting more, and I would do I would follow Bob Ross, and I even went out and bought some of those expensive brushes. Man, them brushes are expensive. The $25 brushes, $30 brush, $25 fan brush. And that fan brush was real important when you did Bob Ross artwork. That fan brush is everything. That's how you did your trees, your bushes, and all that was that fan brush. So you had to have that fan brush. But yeah, so I got good at doing like mountainous like scenes and stuff because I used to do a lot of landscape paintings and stuff. And I used to do a lot of paintings with oil paintings, and I started doing like oil portraits and stuff. But it was just so messy, man. You had paint thinner, and but you know, Bob Ross made that fun, you know, cleaning that brush and everything. You know, Bob Ross made it so when you was painting that it was like a therapeutic, man. And I still find painting therapeutic. So like when I paint and stuff, I'm like, it brings me peace. And you know, with me in these health issues and stuff, you know, I got a lot of spine problems and stuff. I mean, I know my family genetically, we probably prone to arthritis and stuff, but it probably didn't help that I was heavy, you know, into lifting heavy weights. I was like hardcore with the fitness. I actually had aspirations of being a personal trainer and stuff, not just a regular personal trainer. What I found out when I got into working out and stuff, and you know, I was always a big guy and stuff, and people would look at me like, this guy big, what do you know about working out? And why should I listen to him? He a big guy, and he's trying to tell me how to work out. But the difference between me and a lot of these other people that used to get into the gym and start trying to tell people how to work out was, I have this thing with being obsessive about detail and information. Like once I get into something, you know, I'm absorbing every form of information I could find on the subject. So when it came to bodybuilding, I had all the muscle and fitness, you name it. All the little bodybuilding books about the supplements. I bought books on nutrition and stuff about counting macros and body mass, and you know, and stuff about the carnivore diet and all that stuff. What you call keto diet and stuff. I was all, you know, all up on the information about that and stuff. So I actually trained quite a few people and got them in shape because of all the information I would absorb. But I found that a lot of people would get in the gym and they would just be telling people, you know, do all these crazy exercises. You know, people want to do these wild and exotic exercise, like, oh, I'm standing on one foot while doing this and that. I'm like, that's not what gets you in shape. What gets you in shape is with exercise is consistency and how often and how you train, you know. Are you coming in on a 3-day split where you train 3 days a week and do cardio 2, or vice versa, you know, weight train so many days? Are you doing a push pull program? You know, are you doing you know, are you doing lower body, upper body splits? You know, you have all kind of different ways to come in and do the same exercise day after day and stuff like that. Like, no, you have to give your muscles a chance to recover. That's when you build muscles. With the recovery, not the actual breaking down of the muscles. You tear muscles up, tear them down with the exercise, and what the body does is realize that, hey, I'm called upon to reinforce my body, you know, so your body would compensate by building bigger muscles and making you stronger and faster and stuff to compensate for the work that is required to do. So you actually build muscles on your recovery days, not your days in the gym. And people, you know, people wasn't educated about stuff like that. So even though I'm a big guy and stuff, you know, I was well educated in that, and I was gonna actually seek out certification for being a personal trainer, not just call myself personal trainer, because a lot of people, just because they work out, they just call themselves a personal trainer. They don't have no kind of qualifications or nothing. It's not really a certified, you know, system out there for certifying personal trainers. Most personal trainers are in the fitness industry where they was bodybuilders or something like that. So, you know, they're in the gym anyway. So why not train other people while you in there, you know? And plus, you know, they look all good and stuff. So that's like a resume for their clients, not knowing that majority of them on steroids. So, but the people thinking, oh, they got these big muscles by working out. No, they probably got it from steroids. All right, we're gonna have to do that later. But this is kind of what the all right, where the clouds coming in? I got the clouds coming in. I think I got the clouds coming in up here. Yeah. We'll leave the clouds over. So the clouds coming into the valley, like this is a valley here. Yeah, so this is just the battle scene setup. Setting up the fight scene. I'm just adding another mountain in there. All of these are shaped the same. All right, that's gonna be scene one going on. So where do we want to put this caption at? I think the caption can go like right here, maybe. I don't know if I want to slap that and cover up the mountain. Maybe here. This is all basically sketch work. Like all the major artwork is going to be done with the inking part. So let's see if it's going to be there, or maybe even here. Oh, that's kind of far off the starter page off with a caption that far over. I don't know. Maybe we can do it here. Alright, that's the 3 location for the first caption on page. Okay, let's see. Page. Let me take a look at it. There's some dialogue going on too. This is my script right here for my Superior book. And I also go back, I gotta put the script in back in on the tablet to match it up with the pages as I do them. So I already got the script laid out. So this is you know what? Do I want to put the dialogue on the first panel, or do I put it on the second panel where you see the close-up? That's where I'm gonna have to figure out. But yeah, it's 2 captions and 1 dialogue. Boom. Okay, we got to figure that out, but we can do that actually after we finish drawing the page. I could put that like right here. So instead of the I know it look like, I know y'all like, oh, he doing all this crazy drawing on this page. But I work rough like this, and then fix all that in the inking. Okay, so I can possibly do this. Like the battle is taking place under this like mist, so they down in the valley. So I can do a dialogue, like shooting down, letting the viewers know that this is where the battle is taking place. So if I do that there, I don't think that is, so then I could possibly get away with putting a caption here. Yeah. And then we're gonna caption down here. We got plenty of space to figure out down here. Yep, so that's where we at. We're gonna alright, let me see. I think I'm gonna work I've been trying to train myself to work from the background to the foreground. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so we're gonna have, we got like a mountain. We're gonna do a little rock based scene going on here. And then we got some level ground going on this way. This is all gonna be rough, guys, and so don't judge my art off the rough sketches. Well, I mean, you just seen examples of my art, so, but you know, I go by my, most artists got their own process of how they set up their pictures. You know, and it's even it's even more different when you are doing sequential art. And like I said, I'm setting up like a mountainous type scene here. And we're gonna have like smoke and dust from the fighting that's going on. Or even fog, but mostly like, and this is going to be done with the art program once we get it into Procreate. You know, I'll put the background on his own separate layer, and then I'll treat it like a Bob Ross painter background, and then come back and you know, put some comic book drawings in the foreground on a Bob Ross background. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so all right, that's the this is the background. So in case you don't notice what's going on, so this is going to be the sky. This is going to be like the dust or the clouds or smoke or fog, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to come off foggy like right there. And this is the layers of background, like far as the terrain, the mountainous terrain that they're fighting on, or fighting in. Right, and I'm just trying to build up layers for the background. Alright, a lot of this you're not going to even be able to see once I put the foreground on. So next, alright, we're gonna this is gonna be pretty much like stick figures right at this point here. We're gonna have some fighting going on back here, and you can barely see these figures. So I'm just, but I'll come back and put detail on them later at some point. And they're gonna have swords, yeah. up right here. I still got to figure out what kind of, you know, clan outfits they're gonna be wearing. You know, are they gonna be dressed like barbarians? Probably most likely dressed more like barbarians than anything. And see, when you're doing background stuff, you can't be afraid to cover up what you all just drew or something, you know, as far as backgrounds and stuff. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to put them on separate layers. So this I'm drawing here, highly possible some of this stuff getting covered up. Let's see. Man, I gotta some of this stuff put in the background. That's what I mean by a lot of this is getting covered up. But I still want it there as a reference, so when I put it there, And cause when I put these, I'm gonna put all this on different layers. So this might be moved up higher so you can actually see that. Once I put it on a separate layer, once I go to ink it in Procreate. That's the thing about digital art programs. You can change all that with just the slightest of keystrokes. Okay. All right. Then we got over here. We're gonna draw this guy first. Circle. Let's see. Something like that. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can dramatic that up a little more once I go to ink it. I don't know if I'll play with the angle or what I'll have to do that. But okay, so now what we got left is the main. How far I want to take this step. Okay, and then we're gonna do. Like I said, we're gonna adjust that, maybe that down there. Okay. Where I'm draw. This is where I get to flex my biceps and arm detail, vein them up and everything like I had in the original piece page. I'm gonna leave all those like lines in this because like I said, I'm gonna put this on different layers when I draw it, so I want to be able to see what I actually had laid out in the background so I can put it on a different layer. So right now I'm trying to draw, this is right there. Right now I'm trying to draw his leg. I'm trying to figure out, alright, if this is his back leg. Let's get the reference. And the other leg should be about right there. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, so that's it. And then the head here. Neck, chest. I can now I want to leave that so I can see how that all is going to play out. Okay, so I hope y'all understand that, but I think Okay, now we need to figure out. Oh yeah. So all right, we got the panel here. The dialogue gonna be here. And second panel here. Don't even have to cover up nothing. Okay. I think that laid out pretty good. I think I'm gonna be happy with this. Alright. So we're gonna call that complete. Alright, so y'all got that? Y'all see how I got this laid out? You know what? I gotta make one side is gonna have knives. The other side's gonna have swords. Alright, and he just happened to have a rock in this one. And I gotta look up some kind of reference. I wanna make this guy like, I don't know, I might make it like his eyeball flying out or something. I ain't trying to get too gory or nothing, but we are talking about a very violent conflict going on here. Actionize. Oh yeah, I like this way better than the original one. Oh yeah. That's gonna be it, guys. We're gonna scan it, and next time you see this next video will be me laying in the lettering. We're gonna figure out the lettering, and we're gonna get this uploaded to CorelDRAW. And then we're gonna do the whole process we did on page 1 all over again, and we're gonna complete it, color it, everything, and then we're gonna move on to page 3, and we're gonna do that until we finish the book. And once I finish it, we're gonna ship it off to get printed up by Morris Publishing. That's my go-to. I hope them guys ain't forget about me, because it's been a while since I sent them anything. But I do shout outs to them all the time, because I don't want them guys to forget about me. I hope they still have my files from my last 2 books still on deck. But anyways, gonna be peace out, guys. See you in the next video. Noircomiccreations, subscribe to the channel and hit the notify bell so you can stay up with the latest videos.